Good morning from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 10:13 a.m. on the 2nd of October 2024. This evening, upon sunset, will be Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. So I'm getting in early. Lashana Tova Tekatevu Umetucha. May you be inscribed for a sweet year, my Jewish brethren across the globe and the multiverses, wherever we end up, my babies. May it be a sweet and good and prosperous and joyful and love-filled and healthy, better health for some of us. And just may all our dreams come true and all our manifestations of bliss just co-create a beautiful world for all of us, you, me, everyone. And I'm looking forward to this year. I don't know exactly why, but I've been intuiting it for some time. I've been saying in all my videos, Rosh Hashanah is coming, Rosh Hashanah, and I'm not even all that religious, people, so it's a tad weird. So I'll just have to go with that and enjoy and be happy and see what the gods, the Holy One and all manifestations brings to me. So let us begin with today's readings of even date. It's titled Smoking Cigars and Losing My Religion, Forging a New Path and a New Life, one breath at a time. Which is how anything gets done in any life, breath by breath, moment by moment. Here's my beautiful friend who's now in Valhalla, who has been in Valhalla for some time actually. Little Harvey Nielsen, the fox terrier, my friend Jared's dog. 2018. It's 6 years ago now, isn't it? My goodness, time flies. I've got a situation here. I've got to sort out this cord. Long cord. Oh my goodness, it's everywhere, man. Right, here we go, back in the room. So I had a very bad night last night, and very bad night. I was up every 15 minutes to half an hour to pee, so in total about 10 times. So I'm surprised I feel as well as I do, given how bad my night was. But I've got my debrief with my psychiatrist this afternoon, so hopefully I don't crash and burn into some sort of, exhausted, crapped out state. But anyway, he's seen me in those states before, so it's nothing new under the sun, babies. And I'm just carrying on with my video while I feel good, because later I probably won't feel so good. I'll be too tired. But yes, on we go. 2nd of October 2023. Another hot day. Today it's looking like rain and it's grey and it's a bit miserable, and it's actually quite a cool day. So there you go. But 1 year ago it was another hot day. I had a long chat with my cousin Megan, but now I am exhausted and drained. I had another bad night last night. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? It's awful. But I'm now cutting up a pretty piece of burl that came off a branch, which I plan to glue on my failed ring setting and hang it off one of my magical staffs. It will look beautiful, I think. Instead, I turned it into a pendant, which you saw me wearing yesterday. I may be weak, sick, abandoned and isolated, but I will keep co-creating with the gods until I eventually die, as my moods and energy meridians allow me. Indeed. I mean, what else have I got going on, right? Here we go. That's the piece before I'd varnished it and glued on the sterling silver and labradorite piece that I wasn't happy with as a ring. Here's how it sort of looked before I added chain and stuff to it, and was trying to work out the placement actually. Kind of looks like a weird flying saucer flying over a mountain in my imagination, babies. Sometimes you have to be a little bit off planet to be in Tanya's world. Welcome to Titania's realm. Anyway, those of you who know and love me anyway. I'm just, sorry, I just finished sanding back this piece of burl that peeled off a eucalyptus piece I was wanting to make a wand from. I thought the texture looked interesting, so decided to make something from it. I intend to glue my fouled ring setting on it, perhaps hang it from one of my magical wands, or turn it into a pendant. Not sure yet, but this bit of wood spoke to me and wanted to be cherished, preserved, and turned into art, laughing out loud. I am weak and dizzy from sleeplessness due to my raging, fiercely innervated bladder. So I am time fighting, space banditing as always, achieving the improbable while circumspectly surviving the impossible, because I am possible and a stubborn, defiant little varmint. Choose life no matter what, and when you can't create art or music or great literature, well, just dance. Love you all. Kiss, kiss. Then I posted the leaves in the bottom of my cup because I could see all these images and they were interesting, and sometimes I put that up on my Facebook when I have interesting messages from Spirit turn up in my cup. But yeah, 8:40 p.m. I went to wash my mug and noticed what looks like a child staring back up at me. This is getting a bit weird, how the spirits are forming faces and shapes, lol. Brecky wrote, can't see this one very well. From a distance I see a My Little Pony with a sad eye. Then I replied, the cow or pony is definitely there. Here it is from another angle. Interesting. And she replied, oh yeah, now from the front with nostrils. Incredible. A horsey is looking for you. I actually did have a horse as a teenager, so might have even been her. I replied, I adore horses. If I had money, I would own one again. I haven't ridden since I was 23. Then I kind of tried to delineate the other shapes that I could see, which is hard. You kind of have to use your imagination a bit. But we had fun between us, Becky and I had fun trying to work it all out. Sometimes other friends on my Facebook page join in too, and it's always interesting. There's no wrong answers. Everyone's input is always very interesting, what everyone sees, you know. I love it. I love it when I must start doing it again, actually. It's actually quite interesting and fun. I write, girl looking from left. In the middle, a man's torso with what looks like a turkey for a head. On the right, the pony or cow. Then I circled some more little images, but I didn't delineate what I thought they were. Anyway, it's all a bit of fun and interesting. And as I said, if my spirit people have a message for me or any important warning or any kind of epiphany, they can send it to me in the most astonishing ways, you know. Random people out in the night who are drunk will say things to me, which I always take notice of because they're blasted open with their, you know, their brains kind of in a different pattern because they're drunk. Sometimes it's nonsense though, but I've had some astonishing wisdoms told to me by drunks in the night. And sometimes it's through my cups or mugs, other times it's on top with just the foam in a cappuccino, other times it's songs, you're waking up with song lyrics, or even during the day I'll get random songs and I'll know if it's a message because they won't let it go till I write it down, make a note of it. What else? Oh, in the garden I get lots of messages from the birds and the wild animals. It's actually very powerful how I'm communicated with on a daily basis by, you know, the spirit world, the unseen ones, using forces of nature sometimes. It's powerful and it's comforting actually and beautiful. I guess other people would be a bit freaked out by it and a bit weirded out because if you're not used to it, but I've been like this since early childhood, so I just acknowledge and make a little note of it, write it in my Facebook in case it's important later on. And very often it's astonishing how things can be kind of a early warning system in a way. Not necessarily a warning of a bad thing either, it can be announcing wonderful news on the way too. Oh, it's raining. I was considering cleaning Charlie's cage today, which is very dirty and badly needs cleaning. I guess the sun will come out tomorrow or the next day. It's going to happen sooner or later. It's weird because we had such a glorious day yesterday. Absolutely stunning. I wonder if that's why I had such bad bladder problems during the night. My body's somatizing the change in the weather. Could be part of it too. But anyway, on we go. Here I write, I'm utterly exhausted. I tried stringing these beads twice. Each time I developed a small knot in the thread, which meant I could not thread through the pearls. Ugh! I cut the knot off, but had to cut off the inbuilt beading needle, so now it won't thread. So tomorrow I will need to either drill larger holes in the pearls or try a new beading thread and hope like hell it doesn't get any tiny knots. This is so insane making, because those threads aren't exactly all that cheap, you know, like they're not too dear, but you know, if you stuff it up, you're wasting $5 or $6 at a time, and it's just waste of good money and grinds my gears. But anyway, on a happier note, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow afternoon. It will be a welcome break from my jewellery efforts. And here's my beautiful Tree of Life pendant that I actually bought with my small inheritance. And all my, you know, beads that I strung it up. I think that was the 7th or 8th time I had to remake it because it's a heavy piece and it tends to rip through the thread. So the last attempt, because that one failed too, the last remade, I put the heavy pendant on sterling silver wire and attached the beads to that, and so far it's held together, but I don't know for how long because it does break apart and I have to redo it from time to time. But anyway, I love that necklace. I should be wearing it, shouldn't I? It's very mystical and powerful, that pendant. Put a lot of personal work into it over and over and over again. So it's got a lot of my energy in it, as well as the energy of the original creator that did the soul piercing of the pendant. It's a pity they didn't do a sterling silver one though, you know. But anyway, I love it. I still wear it to this day with happiness and delight. One day I could probably make another one for myself, but I would use a sterling silver serving spoon or bowl, because I'm just a bit precious like that, babies. 2nd of October 2022. I shared a video from Facebook, which I don't know what it is now because it doesn't have a title and it's too hard to find. But if you click on the link in Focal Media, I guess you'll find out. I just watched Blonde. Painful and chilling, but a well-crafted storyline. Varley, Norma Jean. You always deserved better. Ultimately, the diamonds were not your best friends, nor the stardom, nor the men that made you a parody for their financial gain, then betrayed you, raped, despoiled you. You never found Daddy, but let me tell you, from one who had too many daddies in her childhood, you were better off without them, baby girl. Yes, she was. Way better off without them. I too need to give up on the dream of true love. It's slowly killing me also. And, like you, baby girl, I deserved better too. Indeed. Ah well, one day. I say I give up, depending on what mood I'm in, but then I get hopeful again. It's actually probably my greatest magic, that gilded hag called hope. It's astonishing sometimes. I'll roll out of bed and think, I need to die today. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, I'm living my best life today. And I do. I carry on regardless. And I live my best life. Some days are mundane and a bit boring and drawn out. And, you know, other days are just fabulous. It all starts from in here and in here. And whatever the gods decree, the gods decree. Well, the gods didn't decree a very nice fate for Marilyn Monroe, did they? So there is that. We mustn't be too glib about it. We must fight for our right to a safe and happy, joyful, healthy, prosperous, beautiful life. I've been fighting for it all my life. Haven't got much to show for that fight, but I'm here, so that's halfway there. Where's there? Who knows? 3:11 p.m. outside my living room window. My little mate that visits me in the garden often now. Yesterday he came and he swooped down over Charlie, gave her a hell of a fright. And then another kookaburra sat beside her. And they just stare at me, talk to me via some kind of birdie telepathy. And I just stare back and we have a lovely time communing silently. I do swear to God, all the gods, they smile and laugh too. They're happy birds. The laughter is, of course, their call, but they genuinely are happy birds. You can just see it in their energy. 2nd of October 2021. Robin came by with little Coco. So Coco's her little dog. So we had a nice chat, and most lovely of all, I got lots of Coco kisses, including a little too much tongue, because she is part poodle and French. I had to put a stop to that, as Robin tells me Coco has been sick all week with some digestive problem. They always tell me this after the dog smooched me, mind you. It's kind of hilarious. It's kind of our ongoing joke between us. All the same, Coco love is pretty intense and delightful. Robin says that when she walks past at 6 a.m, Coco seems to know I am asleep, so walks past quite merrily. But when it's in the afternoon or evening, she goes insane as she wants to visit me. Adorable. She's a gorgeous little dog. She really is. One of my biggest loves in my life, that little dog is. Anyway, I miss them because they moved away after the mother died, and I do miss them. But I see them occasionally, and Coco's always so excited. She's fighting even to get out of the car. It's nice to be loved that much, isn't it? It's just gorgeous. Someone loves you with such enthusiasm and genuine, heartfelt passion, even if it's a tiny little pooch. It's delightful. Watching Maids on Netflix, painful. Painful because been there, done that, got the t-shirt. 2nd of October 2020. Lovely but busy day. I played music loud, sang along while vacuuming floors, doing loads of washing, watering the garden, cleaned the bathroom, changed my bed linen, aired out the pillows and doona, did dishes, stripped all the cushion cases in the lounge and washed them, aired out the cushions too. My goodness, it sounds like a lot of work. Oh well, sometimes I do that. Cleaned Charlie's indoors cage. Really wanted to do that today. Oh well. That was a huge task. Varnished a wand I made. Now utterly exhausted, and I can hardly walk as my feet have swollen. But worth it. I still have the floors to mop, but I think that can wait until later or tomorrow, as everything aches now. However, it feels great to have an almost clean house. Oh, I fossicked in my worm farm and poured out lots of wormweed, so fertilised the corn, beans and peas, or what remains of them. Usually the possums get them, or the scrub turkeys, or the crows. It's not worth growing vegetables here. I get hardly anything to show for it. Charlie has been very happy today also. Bobo has been in a weird morose mood, but is currently gnawing on frozen cut up chicken necks and frozen dog roll, so he seems quite contented now. The wild mama possum is in her box with her baby. Everything is peaceful at sacred space. I was looking forward to seeing Margot and her daughters, but that will happen tomorrow instead. All good. Gives me time to rest before our play date. Smiley face. I'm frowning because I haven't seen them in a long time, and they only live down the road. Sometimes I just turn up at their place like a brat, like a neighbourhood child, and they just tolerate me. They're so lovely to me. They really are. But I try not to come there uninvited too often, you know. It's just have firm boundaries. But sometimes I just wander in, and they're always welcoming and lovely to me. Especially their dog Rosie, who loves me. I haven't been to see Rosie for a while. Sometimes I go there during the day because when the kids are at school, and Margot and Dave are working, because it breaks up the day for Rosie a bit. Crystal Yes, actually, yes, I must go because Rosie will probably be missing me. It's been a few weeks again. Crystal gave me parsley and zucchini seeds the other day. I planted them 3 days ago. Was surprised to see the parsley have already germinated. I thought about going to see Rosie late yesterday afternoon, but I thought, no, they'll be home and they'll be tired and getting the kids sorted, and, you know, I've got the whole day when I could go and visit Rosie. It's not appropriate to turn up when they're busy after school and cooking dinner and all that, you know, family mishigas that happens every afternoon. So I held back, but it was kind of, there was a moment where I almost gave in. I thought, no, I don't want to be a pest to people, you know. I really don't. I hate being a burden. I hate being a pest. Sometimes to the point where I isolate myself for too long, actually. Growing celery from the celery scraps, which is quite effective. Put it in a cup of water, stick some toothpicks in the side, and away you go. When it reaches a certain height, you transplant it in your garden. Free celery. Gee, I should have done that with the last lot I bought. Yes, Gaga. This beautiful coffee tree was gifted to me many years ago. I'm happy to witness her thriving, full of berries. I think they're called coffee cherries. There's a special name for them, actually. Forgotten what it is. Ever since that buffoon of a dentist worked on me last week and week before, I have had the most intense hot flushes. I don't see how teeth needing fillings could cause an exacerbation of menopause, but it's getting very, very hot. I'm not enjoying this getting older thing. To be fair, probably had some kind of inflammation still in the body. Jane Attridge wrote, totally agree. Laura Martin wrote, menopause can go straight to hell. Brechy wrote, maybe you got a little fever, darling. It also did hurt a bit too long afterwards, didn't it? She was right. I think it was some post-surgical inflammation. Took a while to resolve too. And a chappie that I met at drumming who once told me to primal scream like an idiot, Simon Sawyer, wrote, I always remind myself that at least I'm around to get older. So that was kind of sweet, coming out in sympathy with all the menopausal women. But anyway, yes. Here's a lovely photo. It's him that needed to do the primal screaming, quite frankly. Bloody men, I tell you, they're weird. But what do you expect from someone named after Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn liking wild women? What can you expect, babies? You have to laugh. Anyway, he got weirder and weirder, and so he got divested off my Facebook in the end. Can't remember what triggered me in the end, but it was spiraling in a really destructive way. I thought, nah, fool, bing, bang, boom, time to go. So yeah, there is that. 2nd of October 2019. Last night, I finally renewed the virus protection on my laptop that Sally gifted me. I am determined. I know. Fucking Tanya World runs slow to write my book or books. Honestly. I figure if I only wrote a page a day of psychobabbling that I do on Facebook anyway, laughing my ass off, then in a year I will have a book and perhaps something publishable. I had a phobia of using the laptop without protection, which is kind of funny as you don't need the internet to write a book on it. Tiny nutty ways I hold myself back out of fear of success or failure. My intention is to thrive, i.e. become successful in my small endeavours. Nothing is more terrifying than a woman whose time has come. Sighs, indeed. Or did I put the willikers up some people? Because my time has come, babies. It's come and it's gone, but it might even come back again. Just have to keep working towards that goal. So I start writing some psychobabbling like a brook on Word. Then this happens. Bobo wants his mama. Bobo was way more important than any psychobabbling mama T could manifest for a book. Look at that. Such a distraction. By the way, I have no clue what I'm doing, and I'm already suffering overwhelm. The last time I put my personal history out there, I got threats of defamation and attempted suicide. So yeah, sabotage and trust issues. Brecky wrote, "Love your shirt." Here's my writings of that day. I feel like I am cosmically whirling dervishing, spinning in infinity, throwing off all negativity and psychic vampires and their infestations, spinning tightly into my core all the beautiful things and souls worth keeping in my inner circle, holding us precious, then unwinding and unfurling and letting go the ones who were never meant to be trapped in my energetic love signature. Just get my fan. The one who played me for a fool time and again, like a nasty little hairy, malevolent fae. It's time to let that toxic wound seep deep into the earth for reconstitution and reconfiguring. I need to repair my heart and animus. Actually, I think it's anima since I'm female, but work with me, babies. I suffered long enough at the hands of abusers and other unsavoury types. Even I don't comprehend how I could love someone that much to empower them to drain me of all comfort and joy. I will acknowledge that he sparked me up back in 2014, enough for me to think I was yet worthy of great and true and powerful love. To keep fighting for that love beyond all human ken. With the almighty viciousness and sabotage that surrounded us both, it was supernatural how we were both attacked at the live wire bar, simply because we'd formed a friendship and an attraction, and they all piled on. Vicious they were. That's how I should have known that it was doomed from the beginning, because when people really love you, all their friends support it. They can see that the love is authentic and they include you and they treat you with kindness and respect. Am I right? It's how I know. That's how I know who will be the one for me. They will make sure that I'm included and loved and, if necessary, God's forbid, protected. and welcomed, and they won't let other people sabotage the love. They won't, because they'll know. They know I deserve to be treated like a king to a queen and be a queen to his king, and we'll have a beautiful, loving partnership based on real, deep, loyal, faithful, noble, soul-nourishing, nurturing, and, if necessary, protective love. Not like that fucking thing I had with Dave. It was appalling. It was really appalling how I was treated. Beyond appalling. It contributed to my suicide attempt in part. Can't blame him for all of that, because I had all that other evil shit going on concurrently, but it did contribute. It was a big part of me thinking, well, there's no point now. I'm surrounded by so much evil and ugliness. There's no point in even trying to go on one more day. Yet, here I am, vomited back to the earth by the gods and the angels and the trickster Fae and whoever demands I stay on planet Earth, so I can have at long last my beautiful life with my beautiful man. When will that manifest? I don't know. But I'm seeing the signs. I'm seeing the signs showing me that it's possible one day, with someone wonderful one day, who won't be afraid of my power, who won't be afraid of my complex trauma, which, by the way, it's very difficult to wrangle even for me, who will just hold me precious and hold space for me and let me have my freedom while simultaneously loving me no matter what, no matter who, no matter where, when, how. And that is possible. It happens for other women, happens for other trauma survivors. Some of them have wonderful men in their lives who are so good and kind and tolerant of them. And you know, a relationship based on trust and deep love and affection is possible for all of us. You've just got to find the one. But it's time to stop grieving. Now, I wrote this back in, what year was that? I'll scroll back, I forgot. 2019, and it was not long after that dreadful surgery, only a few months after. So June, July, August, September, yeah, three and a half months after or so. Wow. Did a lot of post-traumatic growth after that dreadful surgery. You can see it in my writing, how deeply powerful it was. The gods didn't just vomit me back, they gave me extra mana, extra strength as well to get through the last 5 years. It's been astonishing, people. I wouldn't want to have to do that journey again, because it was very exhausting and draining, but it's been astonishing. A testament to my spirit and my determination and my corazon and my guts by the gods, by all the gods. Right, here I write. Just had, you can't do downloads right now, Spirit. I'm in the middle of a video. Just had my hearing change frequency. Gone. Thank you. I will acknowledge, and I read that. Ah, yes. But it's time to stop grieving and start believing in a new love. Oh, dear Goddess. Even just believing in a new love is difficult for me at times. You never know what to believe or who to believe in. Too many games have been played with my heart. Too much abuse since infancy. It's hard for me. it's hard for me to even believe and receive. I've been getting that message a lot lately in my trance drummings. Spirit's telling me to believe and receive. But honestly, I don't know who they're talking about per se. It's odd. I guess I'll find out in due course, won't I? Don't know who or where or when. It might never happen. It might not be my destiny, which I'm starting to think that is the case, that I'm meant to be, to stay on my own until I die. And at this age and stage of life, it's kind of a terrifying thought, but, I've lived alone. And on the 2nd of January 2025, it will be 30 years that I've been alone. And it's not so bad. I've survived it. Just barely at times, but I have survived it. The gods have clipped my wings enough, though. Even they are folding their arms and shaking their heads. The Tanya is stubborn. We tried killing her so many times, and still she chose life. But to what end? It is still not obvious to me. I have time, a bit more time, to achieve my greatest yet unmanifested desires. Can I do it? Will I do it? Reclaim my innate power as a woman and rise and shine sublimely until my end in this current incarnation? Yes, why not? I dragged myself this far, literally by the skin of my ever-breaking teeth, without a womb and now without a gallbladder, shedding organs like a prize fighter in the fray. Funny, but painful. But 15 weeks later, I feel ready for another uprising. 15 weeks, and I was back wanting to reclaim my life again. It's powerful. It's powerful what I do. My beautiful friend Scott and Alter Egos, can't remember when it was, early this year, said to me one night, I love your power, and I just smiled and nodded. But, he recognises my power. He's seen it in my wild dance. It is powerful. My fierce determination to thrive, babies, no matter what, against all the odds. It's astonishing. I've astonished myself at times. I hope I feel better by Friday, because they're playing again on Friday night at the Brooklyn Standard, and I want to dance. I missed out last weekend. I was just too depleted. But hopefully I feel better. Today I declare to the multiverses that I cut, destroy, revoke, withdraw any contracts with any beings, whether human or non-human, that hold me back from thriving as a woman, spirit, person on this planet. I want what I want and have for a very, very long time. To be in a loving partnership with an authentic partner. To be surrounded with my loyal, loving friends and family. To be part of a tribe and or community that values, cherishes, respects, and if necessary, protects me. To be financially abundant and free of all governmental controls, so I can afford to travel the world and live comfortably in the place I always dreamed to be, which is Byron Bay. to be healthy, whole and wise. Well, I guess I can manifest that much. Might not ever afford to live in Byron Bay, but I can strive to be healthy, whole and wise. To become more joyous, loving and safe than ever before. Of course, our planet requires healing as much as I do. I pray to be a part of that paradigm shift and enhance the already rising divine feminine in my tiny warrior goddess ways, which is a bit astonishing because this was written in October 2nd, 2019, and 4 months later I was fighting like a true warrior goddess in all my social media platforms, being shadow banned and censored and shut down. But I fought every inch, and I am indeed part of the paradigm shift because I'm one of the few humans that dared to say no. And the divine feminine is indeed rising, and together we will heal ourselves and our planet together under her auspices, the divine feminine, planet Earth, Gaia. I want to blossom and continuously grow in a beautiful, positive, life-enhancing way. I want to witness everyone wake up and witness the earth in all her fullness become redolent with life force and spirit again. By the gods, we need that now more than ever, post the COVIDian epoch. Those of us who can still drag ourselves through each day with our various health issues. Shine your light, babies. Hold the line. Light up others. Inspire others. Hold space for others and oneself as well. Keep us all safe and precious as much as is humanly possible. I want what I want, and I want it now, with harm to none. Thank you, multiverses. Kiss, kiss, kiss. I have to take a moment. I've just got chills just thinking about the horror we've been through and how we need to rebuild from this. And I wonder if we can even do it now. If humanity is even able to redeem itself now at this late stage of things. Well, I've held on to that hag called Hope in more ways than one, darlings, hoping for a loving partner. So that hag Hope can manifest in a better planet for all of us as well. Maybe it takes all of us to just fight with our own hearts, minds, body and souls, but together we can do it. We can. Just live together in harmony and joy and peace and happiness and all of that, truest, deepest love. I shared a piece of prose by Bridget Anna McNeil. Isn't it odd that once upon a time in Europe, a woman could be killed for making potions from the plants around her? Isn't it insane that once upon a time, wise women were burnt or drowned for helping birth babies, knowing their herbs, gathering in groups of more than two, being outside alone, being strong, being beautiful, being ugly, being different, being sexual, being non-sexual, or touching a nettle, smelling a rose, or drinking wild teas. Isn't it madness that a woman who knew her body, her mind, and her heart was cast aside as evil, as a sinner, and her life taken away? Women, do not let the ancestral memory of this that is held in your make-up, in your bones and blood, hold you back. It did similar things with the COVID paradigm. Weren't allowed to have more than 12 at a funeral. Weren't allowed to visit your dying. In my case, wasn't allowed to be with my dying pets because I had a cold and bronchitis, and they decided that it was COVID even though it was not. Oh, the discrimination and the evil, because they feared a sniffle. It was outrageous. It was beyond outrageous. Rise, dear sweet sisters, rise, so that our daughters and daughters' daughters don't have to wonder when we lost our tongues and denied our hearts. Grow a new tongue, invite the wolf in, awaken the witch and dance under the moon. Embrace your heart, your womb, your gut, and your wisdom. Roar, dear sister. Break the silence and take back your power so the young ones won't have to. Indeed. I shared an article about Caulfield Police Station, which is Caulfield's a suburb in Melbourne, Australia, that has a large Jewish population. So I think it was something about the support for the police community, for the Jewish community. But anyway, here I write, wow, when I worked at Queensland Police Service Academy in 1999 to 2000, they were so anti-Semitic, they refused to give me annual leave for Yom Kippur. Nasty. Nice to see more enlightened policing in 2019. Well, in that instance in Caulfield anyway. Queensland, the fascist fucking state. 2nd of October 2018. First things first, Amaryllis. My daughter did that. It's kind of hilarious. It's a beautiful photo of her next to my Amaryllis, or Hippeastrum as they're also called. She had that beautiful dress on. She's a beautiful girl, my daughter. She is. Both my daughters are beautiful. Ah, well, it is what it is, babies. Oh, it wasn't a dress, it was a top. Here she was, helping make my teepee, because I'm a shaman. She's a shaman, and I decided I have the bamboo, I should have a teepee in my backyard. I had such fun, her and Jared, making that teepee though. It was kind of cute. They were like two naughty little kids running around my backyard in their inner childs, and I just sat back and just delighted in it actually. It's good for them. It's good for all of us to bring out our inner children at times and just be playful and joyous and silly. Here we were, sitting under my not very authentic teepee, but you know, I don't have the cultural training, but I understand what I did wrong now. Apparently you need 8 poles. I didn't have enough poles. That's why it fell down. Oh, but I could make it again. Or better yet, reconcile with my daughter and make her make it again. Do you like how I think? She's like, fuck off, Mum. I'm never going to talk to you again as long as I live. Okay, Crystal, whatever. But my inner child just saw the funny side of that. You know, you just have to laugh in the face of madness, darlings. You just have to laugh in the face of madness. I don't need them to make a TP. I could make it myself. I'm perfectly capable. I even have the cutting equipment now with my Dremel. I can do anything. I am the Tanya. I am woman. Hear me roar in numbers too big to ignore. And on it goes and on it goes. You can tell I need to get laid soon. By the gods, it's getting ridiculous. Here's my little Harvey. I'm joking about getting laid, by the way. I've got no intention of just randomly getting laid. Must be in love with a beautiful man who loves me back. That is my promise and my contract with the gods. Been used and abused enough by lackluster curs in my day. Just have to shake it off. I've cleaned the chicken coop, brought fresh grain and bedding. I had a gorgeous cuddle from Miss Black Betty, the most affectionate hen I have ever been owned by. It warmed the cockles of my dreadful desiccated soul, it did. She is so soft and so gentle. Looking forward to spending time with Jared and Crystal later today. We had to delay a day. I am still exhausted and beset by some sort of breakdown, precipitated by dealing with vicious, toxic women online who signed with Kavanaugh in America. It hurts me soul deep when women defend and protect the perpetrators of violence against women. Why? It was done to me, over and over again, in my own family. That's how filthy they all were. Whenever I think about it, I still, after all these years, want to kill myself. So I actually work actively at trying very hard not to think about it. The monstrous betrayals that have cost me happy, safe, loving relationships with men. I either placed my trust in the wrong ones or lost my soul trying to hold on to dangerous, evil men or female friends. Only very few have stood by me and stood the arduous tests of time. And ironically, of those very few, they were all only ever platonic loves. Not one of my sexual partners has stood by me through time. Evil it is. That's what parasites they were. It's ghastly.